People are studying in schools and colleges for 12 to 14 years only to realize at the end that the world they prepared for does not exist anymore.
This country, tens of thousands of graduates and postgraduates spend years at tutoring centers hoping to crack the fiercely competitive exam.
Any job can be taken by AI in the next few years.
That will all be done in the next couple of decades. Better, cheaper, faster by AI.
CEO of Perplexity, one of the biggest AI companies, said that AI will run your life whether you like it or not. That's where things are clearly headed. We are headed towards a world where millions of jobs will be replaced, and the only way to future-proof yourself is by starting a business. If I was starting today with zero money, zero experience, these are the businesses that I would seriously consider starting. They don't require much experience, they are affordable to start, they carry low risk, and it won't take years to generate income from them. And best of all, they are sustainable in the long run. So I have made a tier list with what kind of business you should start if you are a beginner. And let's be real, I'm not trying to sell you a sexy dream of passive income by doing e-commerce, dropshipping, print on demand or digital products. So we'll directly put them in D tier. These are some of the worst kinds of business that you can start as a beginner. So we'll directly remove them. I don't want you wasting your time and money on businesses that are not worth it. With so many possibilities out there, it's easy to feel stuck or unsure about what business you should start. So once you understand the differentiation between different business categories, it will be much easier for you. So broadly speaking, we can divide all the businesses into three categories. First is product-based business, second is content-based business, and third is service-based business. So first, let's start with product-based business. You can divide product-based business into two categories. First is physical products and second is digital products. Now physical products means you're actually selling physical things like this microphone, this t-shirt, this light, this camera, things like that. Anything which is physical. So things that people can hold, use or wear. These can be sold through dropshipping, online stores or print on demand stores. Now let's talk about the pros of physical products. So it can be highly lucrative and a really good business if you know what you're doing. Selling physical products has a huge potential. If you know what you're doing, you can make millions or even billions of dollars. It's your product, your brand and your decision, which can really feel empowering. And the best part, it's scalable. Once you have the right systems in place for a physical product, you can make some really good money. You won't be tied to any working hours and you will achieve financial freedom. But, and this is a big but, it's not as easy as slapping your logo on a product and selling it. So let's talk about the cons of physical product. Before you even start selling, you need to figure out what you are offering. This means a lot of research, testing and tweaking. Where do you manufacture and arrange the parts required to build that product? So to make it work, you need to have a lot of business knowledge and connections, especially when it comes to marketing and getting people to your store. And let's face it, no one is going to find your product unless you drive traffic to it. And here's where it gets really tricky. If you already don't have an audience of 1 to lakh people or have connections who have that kind of audience, you will really struggle to sell your product. You would have to spend a lot of time building that products or run ads, and both are not easy. So if you don't already have a lot of money and patience, it's going to be really difficult to make this work. So the reality of physical products is that it's a J-curve business, which means you have to invest a lot of time, money and effort before you even make a single dollar on it. You might spend months or even years setting everything up to only realize that there is no one who is purchasing your product. So bottom line, selling physical products has the potential, but it's not the easiest or the safest option if you're just starting out. It's like climbing a big mountain, and of course it can be done, but you would need right gear, patience and a lot of energy. Would I recommend it for beginners? Probably not. So I'll put them in D tier because it's a great business model only if you know what you're doing, if you have the right amount of experience and a lot of money to invest in it. Product business has a very high rate of failure and it takes way longer to be profitable than some of the other business that we'll talk about in this video. Now let's talk about second type of product-based business, which is digital products. Unlike physical products, digital products are in a digital format. So things like templates, ebooks, workshops, online courses, newsletters, etc. So basically anything you can create and share over the internet. So let's start with the pros for digital products. First, it's cheaper and faster to create compared to physical products. Of course, if you have to create a PDF, it will be much easier to create than, let's say, manufacturing a mic like this. You don't have to worry about raw materials, factories, or shipping logistics. Second, it has lower risk. Since the upfront investment is less, the financial risk is lower too. You're not investing thousands of dollars upfront in inventory or production. Third, scalability. Digital products are highly scalable and can be duplicated infinitely without any cost. For instance, let's say if you create an online course, it won't take any amount to add another 10 or 1000 students. This makes digital products highly lucrative and they offer high profit margins too. Fourth, digital products offer you niche opportunities. For example, you could sell video editing templates to wedding video editors. Targeting a specific audience can give you a competitive edge. And fifth, it's a good source of passive income because you can keep selling digital products while you are sleeping and it will keep making money for you. Now let's talk about the cons of digital products. So here's the reality check. Although digital products are highly lucrative, there's one side of the story which no one talks about. First, low barrier to entry, which means very high competition. Since it's much easier to create digital products, everyone is doing it and there's a lot of competition in the market. So to stand out, your product can't just be okay, it has to be highly unique, super specific and well targeted. Second, you would need marketing knowledge to sell digital products. People won't magically stumble upon your products. You will need a plan to get in front of the right audience. That might mean investing in paid ads, SEO or building an audience. If you already don't have any of these, you'll need the patience and time to build an audience. Third, validation is critical. You can't just make something and hope people will buy it. You need to make a product which is fit for the market and for which people are willing to spend money. Otherwise, you will just waste time creating something which no one buys. Fourth, it's not easy money. I have heard a lot of people dream about selling digital products, but it's not as easy as it seems. I've had a lot of clients who thought they'll just create some Udemy courses and a lot of people will line up to purchase the course. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Even if you create a good product, you need to understand sales funnel. You need to drive traffic to that course so that you can make some sales. And fifth, ongoing work. Even after the product is launched, the work is not over. You'll need to provide customer support, keep updating and managing the product, and manage feedback to keep customers happy. So simply, they are a great way to make money, but it's definitely not quick money. It will take time, effort to learn everything about digital products. For beginners, I don't recommend digital products at all unless you have a specific skill or if you are already an expert in a field. It can take months or even years before you see any meaningful income from digital products. If you're curious and want to try it, go for it, but don't rely on it as a main source of income. So I'll put the digital products in C tier. They are a great option if you already have an audience built up. And of course, they're cheaper than physical products, but it still has a lot of high competition and steep learning curve. While they might work for someone with experience or in a niche, they are not good for beginners. Now let's move on to second type of business, which is content-based business. When I'm talking about content-based business, I mean people who make money by sharing or creating some kind of content. For example, when I make YouTube videos, YouTube pays me a small amount based on how many people have YouTube Premium and how many people are watching the ads. I get a small cut from it. This category includes YouTubers, influencers, podcasters, vloggers, and even Twitch streamers. These creators build their business around the content they are creating. So the first pro of content-based business is that multiple streams of income. Once you have a large audience, you can make money through so many ways, like ad revenues, memberships, subscriptions, selling digital and physical products, or building communities. The possibilities are endless if you know how to leverage your audience. Second, content-based business allows you to build authority and connect with like-minded people. Now here's the truth, content-based business are far from easy, and this is coming from someone who has been making YouTube videos for almost 1.5 years now, and someone who has been helping international clients create their personal brand for almost 3-4 years now. There are so many cons about content-based business that I can talk about. First of all, highly competitive market. The competition right now is insane. You'll see each and every single person creating a personal brand, creating content. Platforms like Instagram are flooded with content, which makes it difficult to stand out. Then to stand out, you would need a competitive edge. This could be your personality, expertise, or editing style. For me, my competitive edge was being a top-rated Fiverr seller and a video editor, which helped me scale my audience very quickly. Second con is that you have to put a lot of upfront time, effort, and energy. It's again like a J curve. You have to invest so much time, before you even earn a single dollar. It took me around 6 months to get monetized on YouTube, and even after that, I was just getting paid $20 a month. Third, there is a really steep learning curve. It will take a lot of time and effort for you to start talking to the camera, be authentic, create engaging videos. It won't be like you'll just upload and you'll get a lot of views and likes and impressions. It takes time and repetition to understand what you're good at, what you can improve, what your audience wants, which is an ongoing process and will take couple of years. Fourth, emotional challenges. Building a personal brand or an audience is a really exhausting job, especially if you have something else going on along with it. People have been creating content for 4-5 years but still have just few thousand followers. So not everyone succeeds in building an audience. However, in today's day and age, I believe content creation is an essential skill and you can do it alongside something else that you're doing. You learn a lot of valuable skills when you're creating content. You learn how to grab attention, how to pitch your ideas, how to scale an audience, drive traffic. All of this is of course essential to grow any kind of business. So for beginners, I would put content based business in B tier. They're not the easiest businesses to start, but if you do it right, there's a lot of opportunity for exponential growth and learning, and it can be really rewarding both financially and personally. Now let's move on to business type 3, which is service based business. Alright, this is the one I have been building up to because service based businesses are the best option for beginners. Now you might ask why. Because they are easy to start, it does not require a lot of upfront investment, and it gives you a valuable hands-on experience so that you can apply that knowledge to other future ventures. Now service based businesses can be divided into two categories. One is solo based business, or you can also call it freelancing, and the other is agency based business. Now inside solo based businesses, let's divide it into two categories. First is junior freelancing and the second is senior freelancing. So freelancing is one of the most beginner friendly way to start a business. In the most simple definition, it's where you offer a service to someone and you get paid for the time you spend. This could be anything from designing graphics on Canva, editing a video, managing a social media account, etc. Now the two categories under freelancing are junior freelancing roles and then senior freelancing role. Inside junior freelancing role, you can also call this as internship or mentorship, where you go and work for someone else for some short period of time. So let's say in an ideal world where I want to do freelancing job or internship for a company, I would target a startup of 8 to 10 people and I would want to directly work with the founder. Ideally, the founder would also be building a personal brand. This can be a life-changing experience for you. This is what I did when I initially started my career. I did a graphic design internship and I was directly working with a founder. You don't need extreme skills here, you just need to be willing to learn. A bit of Googling, common sense and communication skills can take you a long way. Let's talk about the pros of junior freelancing. First, you can sell your time. Many business owners have a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of time. And if you can find a way to help them and free up their time, you can make a lot of money. It can be as simple as designing social media posts for the company or doing data entry job or handling their social media account. Second pro is that it's a massive learning opportunity which can make a really good base for your career. To anyone who wants to start a good business, this is an amazing starting point. You go and work for someone first and you see how they run their business. Everything from team management, client communication, sales, marketing, how you talk to the clients, fulfillment, customer acquisition, everything. You'll get to see everything if you go and just work for a small team. I think this is the one step that I took that really changed the course of my entire career, because I initially went and worked for someone who was running a 6 to 7 figure business, and because of that I was able to replicate it in the coming few years. So junior freelancing is an amazing learning opportunity, and the best part is you get paid to learn all this. Now let's talk about cons of junior freelancing. First, it will take time to build up. It's not just like you'll find directly someone who you can work for. You would need to have some communication skills or some decent skill in any field to go and approach someone and ask them to hire you. It would ideally take some time for you to find some clients, build a portfolio and learn how to present yourself in a way that you are approachable. Second, no traditional safety net. It won't be like predictable income if you are doing freelancing jobs. Your income will vary depending on how much work you're able to take on. And third, lots of learning on the job. It's a good pro and a con too, because initially you won't understand what you are doing. Honestly, I was just googling everything in my first first role, but that's how you learn. Second, now let's talk about mid to senior level freelancing. These roles require a bit more skill set and experience. For example, you might become a graphic designer, video editor, or social media manager. But these are skills which require some extensive amount of trainings. Ideally, you would have been trained for 1-2 years before you get to this position. It will take couple of years of experience and learning to reach here. Pros, of course, higher pay. So when I was working as a junior freelancer, I was getting around 20 to 30,000 rupees per month, and when I moved to a mid to senior level position, I was making anywhere between 1.5 lakhs to 2.5 lakh rupees per month. And it can be a lot more depending on which industry or which clients you're serving. Second, freelancing gives you freedom and flexibility. You can work from wherever and whenever you want. Cons of senior freelancing, of course, freelancing means you would have to handle everything from client communication, sales, marketing, how you're getting the next project, fulfillment, all alone. Second, it will take time and effort to reach a senior level, so beginners directly just can't do it. It will take couple of years for you to reach here. But here's the thing, all these cons that I've mentioned can be solved through self-education and some time and effort. So my final thoughts on freelancing is the ideal and perfect spot for beginners to get started, build some skills, learn on the way, and it can be a great stepping stone for your career. It's low risk, does not require a lot of upfront investment, and it teaches you so many valuable things. Whether you stay freelancer forever or use those skills to build something even more meaningful, freelancing is a great starting point. Second type of service-based business is agency. So an agency is a service-based business that just goes beyond one person. In an agency, ideally you have a team of people working on different things, and you use that team to deliver services. For example, I right now run a video editing agency, and we provide different video editing services like YouTube video editing, wedding videos, travel logs, things like that to our clients. You can think of agencies for things like copywriting, graphic design, social media management, or in my case, video editing. So let's talk about pros of agencies. First, scalability. Agencies have the potential to scale significantly. When you have a team in place, you can take bigger clients and larger projects, which would have been impossible if you were just working alone. The biggest pro about being an agency is that you don't have to handle everything on your own. You have a team which can help you out. So you can have team members for client communication, sales, marketing, operations, etc. This allows you to focus on growing the business and maintaining client relationships without burning out. Third pro is that if done right, agencies have a high profit margin. With a team, you can onboard high ticket clients, which can lead to higher profit margins too. Now let's talk about cons of agency. First of all, it's not beginner friendly at all. Running an agency is a really big step, and I would not suggest you to do it directly. I would only suggest it to people who have been freelancing for a long time, and when they feel ready, they can go and start their own agency. It's best suited for freelancers who have a steady flow of clients and are often overbooked and overwhelmed by the number of clients they have. Second, agency means increased responsibility. It's not just you alone. You have a whole team that is dependent on you. You have to find a way to pay their salaries, still maintain higher profit margins, and deliver client work. Managing people and projects at the same time require good leadership skills. Third, running an agency requires advanced skills and steady client pipeline. So building a reliable sales and lead generation pipeline is very essential for a good agency. So is starting an agency for you? An agency is a natural steps for experienced freelancers who have outgrown the solo freelancing model. Agency allows you to scale your services and take on more responsibility, but it's not for everyone. If you're not ready for added responsibility of your team, or if you're still figuring out your niche, I would say you still stick to freelancing. But again, if you're ready, it's challenging and it can be really high rewarding. So here's how I would rank all the roles that we have been talking about. I would put junior freelancing roles in S tier, and I would put agency and mid to senior level freelancing in A tier, because junior freelancing is hands down one of the best way to start as a beginner. Because first, no experience required. You don't need years of experience or specialized skills to get started. You just need to find a skill which provides value to someone. Using that, help a business owner. Second, it is low risk. There is literally nothing to lose here. You don't need huge investment. You just need a decent profile, a good portfolio, and you just need to learn how to present yourself. And third, on the job learning, as I said, the biggest step in my career was when I worked for a small company and I was doing junior freelancing roles. That helped me understand everything about how that business was functioning, and which helped me in the years ahead. So here is the complete roadmap for beginners. First, you start with junior freelancing roles. You learn a skill, you get the job, and you work for a startup. You see how the business is functioning, you gain experience and level up your skills. Once you do that, you move on to mid to senior level freelancing jobs. This will take 1-2 years of hard work where you gain a lot of knowledge, learn how to present yourself and learn how to communicate with clients. Once you reach senior freelancing jobs, I would suggest you start content creation. This is where you start sharing your expertise with the world. You tell everyone how you are earning as a senior freelancer. You show your expertise. You show how you're working for different clients around the world. And around that, you build your personal brand. After that, if you are confident and if you have steady flow of clients, you start an agency where you start hiring people and you build a good enough team which will free up some time and you focus on building that agency. Along with that, you start creating digital products. Given that you already started content creation, eventually in couple of years you'll have a good audience who will be impressed by all the knowledge that you have to share, and then you can sell digital products to that audience. Now this might sound crazy to you, but this is the exact roadmap that I took. You can take my journey as an example, and I have noticed a lot of agency owners, content creators who are following this whole journey. So right after college, I did a graphic design internship, which was my junior freelancing role. I was just designing social media posts, logos, banners for a startup, but I got to know how that startup was functioning, how they were talking to clients, how people are representing themselves and things like that. I took that knowledge and I leveled up my skill. I moved from graphic design to video editing. I took around 1 year to master video editing and started working for clients. Where I was working in a mid to senior level position, I created my Fiverr account. I did that for 2 years. I was working alone and I peaked at around 2 lakh rupees per month. This is when I decided that it's time to build an agency and get more people in my team. I slowly started doing that and moved from a freelancer to an agency owner, and currently I have a team of 10 people. In between that, I got some expertise and knowledge and I started sharing it on YouTube. Then so this was around last year where I started making videos about my expertise on Fiverr. So I was a top rated Fiverr seller, I was a freelance video editor, I was an agency owner, and I started sharing all this with the world. And I just started making videos about these topics. Fast forward to today, the YouTube channel is around 90k subscribers, which is really good. Now I have started creating digital products. So I'm creating an online course now, and eventually I will monetize my audience. So do you see how the roadmap works? I'm following each and every single step that I have told you, and there are a lot of freelancers and content creators that I see who have followed the same thing. And once I test the market with digital products, I can eventually go ahead and make physical products because they are highly lucrative, but not in the starting. I now have around 3-4 years of experience in this industry, and after that I can go and try making physical products. So this was my complete roadmap for beginners. This is what I have done, and this is what a lot of other content creators, entrepreneurs are doing. So you don't have to copy it step by step. You just start with a junior freelancing role where you learn a skill, offer your time to others, take smaller tasks and learn on the job. There, let your journey evolve naturally. It's not just about making money, it's about building the skills and getting the experience that will provide you long-term success. To everyone who has stayed till the end, you are the real MVP. You already have one thing that others don't have. You have the attention span to listen and absorb information. And to help you out with your freelancing journey, here's a complete playlist about everything you would need to start your journey as a junior freelancer. Make sure you check out this playlist. I have included all the videos in it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're someone who has not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It helps us a lot. I'll see you in the next video.